Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of the Journey. I'm your ding-dong host Matthew, and today's video is number 17, Contracts. So before we get into the nitty-gritty itty-bitty of this video, I just want to address the probably very obvious very obvious outlier in this video, which would be my outward appearance. Being one, I may look like I'm a little zombie-ish, and I sound a little tired. There are two reasons for that. One, it's starting to get cold here in Canada, so my nose is going to start to get really stuffy. And two is, I recently did a job on Thursday, and because of my day job takes literally a huge chunk of my day, I did a little bit of work Thursday, a chunk last night, and I got up really early this morning, and now I'm paying the price for it. Hopefully I can go to bed soon. But that did lead me to this idea of talking about today's video, which is, again, contracts. What is the purpose of contracts? Well, if you know what a contract is, you sign an agreement saying you will do something in exchange for, in this case, money. But there are, certain stipulations or guidelines or do's and don'ts for you to, follow as the consignee, I think it is. And we're going to talk in contracts in regards to voice acting. So here's a simple one, as you can see from my, my Google search. I would click this, but it opens up to a new link. I did have this, but I read README. That's for my thumbnail. Yes, you can have a hearty laugh at this. But I did, these can be very complicated. Jeez Louise, I'm losing my ability to talk. And I wrote all this down from what I know and what I've learned from my classes. And I'm going to try to give you guys just pointers or just information on that, just so you're aware and what you need to do and not to do. And with that in mind, number one, this is not a cardinal rule. This is the golden rule when it comes to voice acting. This is just contracts in general. Screw the fact that it's voice acting, piano wiring, or whatever, okay? Read your contract. You do not know what pitfall you could be stepping into or what mishap could happen in the future. I don't know why I said mishap. I kind of sounded like I have a problem. But oh well. So, read your contract thoroughly. If you don't understand it, you can always ask someone, and if anything, you can always get a lawyer. If the parent company says, that's okay, you can get a lawyer. Just make sure you get their permission. Don't go behind their backs, because then, that's one, bad reputation for you. Two, you're probably out of a job. That's not good. You want to be you want to be a person of your word, not man, because, I don't know who's going to be doing this. He, her, they, them, up to you. I'm not judging, nor am I assuming anything. Anywho, I've probably just dug myself a big ass hole. For the love of Raptor Christ, that's my faith, Raptor Christ. Read your contracts. They will usually come in 1 to 2 pages, maybe sometimes are longer because of how the depth of the project you're doing. Usually the first note is like just a brief detail plus your giving consent to, use your talent, your voice, your body, your image, your likeness. And you're obviously going to read that and say, okay, I do give my consent, but don't sign that immediately. Don't be like, okay. Excuse me. At that point, you might as well just sold your soul to the devil. That's no bueno. So, you may also get it may just be like, oh, we can use it in this case for, say the job is for a TV commercial, but then it's like, oh, it's for radio imaging. It's like, oh, hey, is this radio and TV or is it just radio? They'll say oh my God, we gave you the wrong contract. That's not good. But then they'll go and find another one, or a more proper one, not another one. And just make sure you look out for things. What things? Well, here we go. Let's get into me notes. You may see me look down because, there's a lot. So, the first thing you're going to want to read is the usage that they're hiring you for. What is usage? In this case, we're just going to pretend it to voice acting, where your voice will be used. In this case, TV. That could be promos, commercials, TV shows, movies. I think so. Anyways, radio, non-broadcasting, category 1 and 2, which I'll explain in just let me finish this. Like I said, promos, video games, animations, ADR, or audio something, I can't remember what ADR is. It's basically dubbing, like when you dub over another language. In this case, Japanese animation. It's all done in Japanese, and then they try to mimic it back with, the mouth movements, and they try to get that going for you. So, continuing on usage, I mentioned non-broadcast, meaning non-broadcast, category 1 and 2. You're like, what the fudge is that? Well, I wrote this down for you. So category 1 non-broadcast is internal programs designed to train, inform, or promote a product or perform a public relation function and are shown on restricted in-house bases. So, with my feeble mind thinking that I can't think for this is conventions, like let's say you're part of Team Walmart. You go to a local convention in Delaware, and you go and they're now going to show you, like a program on there and saying, here's the future of Walmart. And the person speaking saying, here's the future of Walmart. That is non-broadcasted, meaning it's not going to be out in the world. It is literally for one generic thing. There's that. Not sponsored by Walmart, by the way. I should have used a fake business. I'm so sorry. Anywho, that's that. Category 2, external programs intended for unrestricted exhibition to general public and are shown at locations where products and services are sold. The first thing that comes to mind that I remember from both my classes saying is kiosks at malls. You know how we are with technology these days. You have a kiosk that says, buy our product. It's the most luxurious brand there is. Something along the lines of that. There's no commercial, there's no thing. It's just a voice. It's saying, buy our product, please, please, please. Hold on, I need some water. My nose is kind of stuffed. My mouth's dry. All right. That's usage. Next is term. What is term? The duration your voice will be used. Sorry, it's really dry in here. You're probably wondering, it's just for the length of the movie will be in the theaters or something. It's like, no, that movie will be, say you did a movie with The Rock and it's Jingle Bell Claws or something like that, and you're thinking, well, I just did the trailer promotion for that. It's like, okay, they have buyout periods. So in most cases that I've seen is 13 weeks or 3 months to 1 year or 12 months. They also do 6 months as well. So there's your duration. Be aware of that. Don't be like, this says in perpetuity. Be very careful when something says in perpetuity, because that literally means, your voice can be used anytime they want. So be very, very careful of that. If it's for non-broadcast use, then obviously the contract will say, we can use your voice for this video anytime we want, but it's only pertaining to this video. There you go. So imagine it was that, like, you go back to that Walmart example, they can only use that Walmart, but let's say it was Convention 2024. So it's like Walmart Winter Convention 2024. Welcome, Walmart family employees, whatever. They can only use your voice for that specific video. Just make sure that it's stated in your contract that it is for that specific video. Don't make sure it doesn't say all future Walmarts. And because with AI on the rise, we can just use AI to take your voice and likeness, and boom, they just took your thing. Obviously, that's against the law. And there's now, major things. And I do want to do a video about AI in the future because, that's a really big, dog to, tackle. But that's a video for another time. Right now, contracts. I was told that there are different things, or red flags, not things, to watch out for, in this case, in perpetuity. Like I said, if it's in the case of that Walmart example, that's okay. But just make sure it specifies that, okay? Another one is all media, meaning they can use your voice for anything. So that's another big red flag. You got to be careful. If it's like all media pertaining to the Metal Gear Solid 3, it's like, okay, which one? The original that was made, what, the 2000s? Or the remake that's coming out, what, next year, supposedly? But, like, again, if it's very specific, then yeah, I believe that's okay. This is where I need to do my research, and you should, too. And the biggest red flag is when they combine it, all media in perpetuity bio, meaning they can use your voice for anything, anytime they want. You put two red flags together, you get one big-ass red flag that says, well, I'm jolly well fucked. You just screwed the pooch, you just destroyed, no, you wouldn't destroy yourself, but you did do damage to your rep and or ability to move up in this thing. Granted, that's one job, but if it's for a big customer, they hold a lot, then you got to be that's where like you're kind of like, oh crap. One other thing, I do want to do a video on this, but this is just as complicated as contracts, is union and non-union work. Obviously, when a job is posted, it will say looking for SAG-AFTRA union workers only. Do not apply for that if you're not a SAG-AFTRA union. You can, and you could get hired, and there's not a rule, but there's a clause, I think, in the SAG-AFTRA is if you've worked as a star in your non-union in a union job, then I think you automatically get placed in the union. I could be wrong. I don't want to put misinformation out, so I'm going to just shut up from here on. Just disregard that. I'm sorry. But make sure that if you are non-union and you're doing a non-union job, make sure that it doesn't say in the contract, God damn it, my Steam is open again, that it says this is, most of the time it won't, because obviously that will say in the title or the ledger saying union work only, or SAG-AFTRA union actors. But just be sure it's not there, because you don't want to get in trouble, because the SAG-AFTRA is the biggest union it's the only union, as far as I know, that covers a whole hell of a lot. SAG-AFTRA is what? Screen Actors Guild Award, and then AFTRA is American Film Television Radio Association, I believe. It's basically, there were two unions, Screen Actors Guild, and then the other one, I'm not going to say again, and they merged together, I think, in like 2006, or even later than that, maybe 2010. When I found that out, I was like, excuse me, I thought they were like that forever. No. Anywho, that's a video for another time. Just be careful you're not, stepping where you shouldn't be stepping. And if you are, make sure this is where it will be very, very, very important. Do your due diligence. It is very imperative that you do your research, and if you want to go where you want to go, I can't stop you, but I can not warn you, but I can inform you to just, be careful. Keep your eyes up, keep your ears open, and keep your mouth shut, and read your contracts. Which leads us to the last thing, I don't know if it'll be in your contract. Actually, it should, because it's also stated in for jobs like voices.com or voice123, they will have a rate, and sometimes it'll be a flat rate of like $100. Sometimes they'll have a window of like $250 to $499. You put what you think is right, and obviously that's where you're going to have to negotiate. That's a big thing you're going to have to do, which will be another video. Not negotiating, but being an entrepreneur in this business. You have to endorse yourself. And the rate, obviously, if there's a job that's like $300 and you're asking for $500, you need to really, really, really sell yourself, saying, why should you pay $500 for me? Well, I can ensure you that I'll have the work done not in 24 hours, in 12 hours or less, in high quality, perfect performance that you are exactly looking for what you need when you hire me, Bob Dylan. He's a singer. I don't know why I used that name, but still. But your rate will be put in there. Oh, I forgot. There is one more very important thing. So negotiations, yes. Sorry, before I continue to the last part. Negotiating is something that I lack, and I do want to talk about. Again, like, I'm not going to call it just the negotiating. I'm going to call it the endorsing yourself. Because, well, I don't have that skill set yet. But I will build it, because I need to, and I want to. Because it's not good for just this. It's good for just life in general. And to our last and final, probably one of the most important things ever. It's usually near the end, I think, of your contract. NDA, non-disclosure agreements. You have to honor those, because if you don't, you will not only damage the company, its rep with its clientele, but you will destroy your own reputation. You could, one bad slip of the lip will probably cost you your entire career in acting or voice acting for me. So say I got a job for Burger King, and they were like, Matt, please, they're like, hey Matthew, here's our new Mega King Whopper. Please sign this NDA, do this commercial for us, and then we'll let you know when you can do it. That's what they will do. What the fudge is this? I don't know what Aria is. It's probably AI. Bullcrap. But for NDA, meaning, if those who don't know, you cannot speak on the project, period. Not even your loved ones, not even your family. You have to keep this lip sealed tight like your mouth is a goddamn lockbox. Because if it gets out and you know a chatterbox like me, and I get that from my mom, love you mom, but still, the gift of the gab is not so much a gift anymore. And yeah, I going back to that Burger King thing is, we want you to promote this, but the commercial won't come out until January 13th. We will let you know when you can say you did the voice for this, and they will, but you need to get written, whether it's written in paper, mailed to you saying, yes, Mr. Faber, you can now speak publicly about the fact that you voice our new Big Mega King Burger Whopper. Or if it's an email, or if you get literally word of mouth from like an agent or the person who hired you saying, oh, hi, Matthew, this is Wellesley. Just want to let you know that we have wrapped up. We're going to launch the commercial next week. You could tell people that you've done it. But until then, zip your lip, keep your trap shut, do the job, do it right, and make everyone happy. Well, not make everyone. That's kind of like stupid, but still. But just be a man, be a woman, be a they them, be a person of your word. Okay? And I'm gonna wrap it up there because this is probably a 20-minute video because I'm an idiot who rambles on. Oh, close. Yeah, you guys have a good Saturday afternoon, or in this case, evening now. It's probably already sundown. Kind of dismal over here. But anywho. And, hopefully I think I'll have another video tomorrow. If not, then I'll see you guys Monday. Adios.